Hi guys, how you all doing? I'm good myself, and yeah, this Sunday I'm gonna do another analysis, which is like a weekly overview, and this time around I'll be doing US100 or Nasdaq. So if you're new here, make sure that you subscribe and also check the other videos that I already have on my channel. That would be very helpful. So I do pure price action. We don't talk about indicators or robots or whatever. We just do price action. I just show you how to read the structure or how to analyze the market using the candlesticks. So that's what I'll be doing here with the Nasdaq. So make sure that you stick around until the end. So as always, we always start at the, if you want to make your life easier, always check what the bigger time frame is saying, so that you know what the price is, could be trying to do. So here on monthly, we can see that this is our nearest support, which has just gained control and it's rejecting the price, and then the opposing resistance is up there. So on monthly, the price could be trying to reach for that monthly resistance. So that's all. You don't need a lot of stuff on your higher time frame, just the direction. And now this is our weekly, né? So when you get to weekly, you'll also do in the same approach and say, okay, this is what I'm having on weekly, and then you still have to find a way to link that to your, how can I put it, link that to your monthly, so that they should all agree. If they agree, at least you have a chance, right? So on weekly, we hit the weekly area of support here, which is inside that monthly area of support that we saw there. And on weekly, we had a trend line here and it was broken. So this weekly trend line is broken, but now the price has hit what? The opposing, remember we always have the opposing structure. So on weekly, the price was coming from this weekly support to the weekly resistance, and finally we hit that weekly area of resistance. You see, so now if you're looking to buy maybe from smaller time frames, you need to be careful. Why? Because the price is now coming from a weekly resistance, and if you're trying to fight that just like a H1 support, it's too risky. So now if you get a reason to go short here, you can go short, but it might not be for long term because the weekly trend line has been broken. So weekly is basically in a consolidation. So you can look for buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling until one of them is broken. But the one that has got higher chances of being broken between this one and that one is the resistance, because we know on monthly we are coming from a monthly support. So the price is most likely gonna break that one compared to this one. So that's it. That's all that you have on monthly. Now let's come to, that was all that you had on weekly. Now let's do daily and see if we can get anything from this one. So on daily, I've been doing this over and over again, but I feel like it's necessary for you to understand what is currently happening. For you to understand what is currently happening, you need to be able to analyze what has happened so that you can just follow from there. So I'll just start doing the analysis from here. I'll say that the price, how can I put this, when the price was coming down, it gave us this bearish trend line. So think back to what I showed you on US30, because they are more or less, they're more related, these two. So on daily, the price went down, and then remember, this is a weekly area of support, right? So the price entered that weekly area of support, and then after entering that weekly area of support, it got rejected. And on daily, like we're seeing here, when it was being rejected, it went up, and then after forming this imbalance, it went up and broke the trend line. So it means this daily support that I marked is the one that gave us a move and broke the trend line, right? But after breaking the trend line, the price paused here. If you can see this red candlestick, it paused there, and then it was more like just to breathe or just to catch the breath. And what it did after pausing there, it went up strongly and violated the resistance that you had here when you were going down. So meaning this daily support here broke the resistance, and this daily support here broke the trend line. So both of them are active, so you can buy from either one of them. So you can see the price went up. We were expecting it to go there, but it formed a new area of what, of resistance here. It formed a new imbalance there. There's an imbalance here. It formed that, and you can see it came down. It got rejected from what? From the first area of support on daily, the one that broke the resistance, and then it went up back there, came back, and then now this area of resistance has been broken. This one, that's when I had to mark the next one, because remember, this one is broken, and then you ask yourself, which area of support broke this one? It was broken by this market pause, because from this market pause, that's when it went up and broke that resistance. Now that, because this is broken, you remove it, and this you can also, even though it's still active, but you can remove it because of what? It is no longer the nearest area of support. The nearest area of support we are having on this chart is this market pause, and the price, remember I put this last week when I did the analysis. Was it on Thursday? Yes, when I said we could get some rejection from this area of support. Remember, this area of support is inside that weekly area, I mean the area of resistance, sorry. So this daily area of resistance is inside this weekly area of resistance. So that's why I was saying you can get some rejection there, and the price is being rejected. So even if the price was to come in here, it will be very tricky. Yes, I wouldn't use buy limits if I want to buy, because of what? The price will be coming from a weekly area of resistance. So I will just have to wait for the price to show me that it wants to turn and go back up. Then that's when I'll enter. But for now, I think the bears have a chance to push it down for as long as the price does not go above that. If it goes above that, it means that weekly will be out. Then you continue buying towards the next weekly or daily or the next opposing structure. So for now, this has a higher chances of coming from this, going to that one, for as long as it does not break these guys. If that weekly holds, then it will push the price to at least here. And we can also conclude that, let me just zoom in and see if what I'm trying to say is okay. So they are about the same size. I wanted to say engulfing, but not very convincing, but that's fine. That's fine. So that's all that you're having on daily. So let's check our H4 and see what is happening on H4. Let's just zoom in. So at some point, remember, where is this one coming from? Yes, so this is our daily trend line, right? And this one, because it's an old one, we can just get rid of it. So that's all the drawings that you need on daily. Then on H4, this is an old trend line, and this was our trend line at some point, but because the price is moving up, you have to update the trend line as it is giving you new highs and the new lows. So you can have it, maybe you can put it from here and say my H4 trend line as like this, because you did have a swing here, you did have a swing there. If you think this is also a swing, then you can, if that looks like a swing to you, then you can bring it here and then draw it like that, like this, of which you can do that, but for me I would put it here. That's also correct if you put it there, because there's no, like, sometimes there's no like a clear straightforward answer to these things, because the candlesticks are not always the same. So if we put it like that, then we can all agree that the trend line has been broken, and even here there was an imbalance of some sort here when we were going up. This was a sort of an imbalance here, because we went up, we paused here, went up. So you can see there are red candlesticks there, and it is also being broken. But at the same time, trying to sell from this when the price gets here, it's also not very convincing, because the candlesticks that we're having here, they are not nice in terms of the candlesticks that you use to draw your zone. You see this candlestick here, look at the body, the shape of this candlestick. It's the one that we want when you're forming our level. This one, the rejection candlesticks, they're not nice. They're not nice, because you can see that the price reached there, came back. So what if there's still some trades there, or the orders from that zone that are still up there, and you're trying to buy, and then the price goes and reach for those orders before coming down? So it's not a nice zone, that one. The one where it's just a tail. But we'll just see how the price reacts to that. But what you just need to keep in mind is that on H4, on Nasdaq, the price is coming from that weekly, unless if the price breaks it. If it doesn't, then we expect it to drop at least to this one. We won't be buying from it anymore, because it was our it's our H4 area of support, and H4 is no longer bullish. So why are we thinking of buying from a H4 zone? So meaning this one we have to remove. The only one that we need to have on our chart is that daily market pause, with which let's just make it visible on H4, so that even on H4, when I'm on H4 chart, I'll know where that zone is at. Let's see. Yes, that zone is here. So this is where you have that daily area of support. And if we are looking for a small zone inside that, we can say we have this as our H4 area of support inside a daily area of support. So that's what you are having. So basically, if you get a reason to go short, this is where you're going to be looking for. This is where you're going to exit, and maybe you can just wait and see how the price reacts to this, and then you can look for another. Maybe if you get a trade from this, you can look to go long. But from this one, yes, the price, we're not saying the ones that we are saying we're not gonna trade, the price can't turn from them. It can. The price can turn from, it can turn from here and continue going up. But we're just saying in terms of the odds, because the odds of buying here, they're very small. Why? Because this is an H4 zone, and H4 is not going up. So buying from an H4 when H4 is not going up, it's not a wise thing to do. Yes, you can do it, the price can respect that, but it's not something that I will advise or encourage you to do. You can take this one H4 because it is inside the bigger zone. So this is the zone that I would trust when, if in terms of going long. But in terms of going short also, we don't have a nice area there. So let's just check what H1 is saying. So you can see, if let's say you decided to sell these pin bars, or the ones that you had on H4, and say I'm selling them, you would be absolutely right in doing that. Why? Because you'll be saying I'm selling these pin bars because they are allocated at this daily resistance, which is also at the weekly resistance. So weekly resistance is very strong, so the price has higher chances of being rejected from there. So when it's giving you reasons, or it's giving you signs of rejection, then if you jump in on that one, you are absolutely correct. You can do that, and yeah, it would have worked in your favor, because the price would have dropped, and then now it's being rejected. You don't know what's rejecting the price here, but I don't advise you to take a buy. As much as you're having this, we can't take a buy because of this weekly area of resistance here. So trying to buy this against that weekly resistance is not a good move. Yes, the price can just continue up and break that level, but we don't know that. We don't know, if we knew that for sure, then we would just go and buy. But because this is a probability game, you need to just lean to the setups that have got high probability. Nothing is guaranteed, we get that, but lean to the side that has got high probability. So for now, we saying if maybe the price goes up there, because you can see even on H1 breaking all these areas of support, even though they are not nice, but we did go lower than them. So if the price goes up, I don't know how you're gonna get an entry, because this is not a nice zone because of the pin bar. So I don't know, but I would say for now the price has higher chances of coming back to this, for as long as it does not go above that. But I don't know how to take advantage of that. Now I would say it's safer when you're trying to take a buy from this than trying to take a sell from a zone that looks like this. It can work out, but trying to get an entry won't be easy on this one. But we'll just see when the new candlesticks are forming. But yeah, we'll just see. For now, it doesn't look nice. It does not look nice, and there's nothing wrong with going for a day without executing a trade, because sometimes I know there are people that will try and execute on each and every day to make sure that they have a trade each and every day. You don't have to. If the market is not giving you anything, you're not gonna try and force something to happen. You only trade when the market is giving you a reason to trade. If not, then you just wait on the sidelines and wait for the market to reach the levels that you're saying here. I'm going to look for buying opportunities. So why, if you're saying I'm going to look for buying opportunities here, then why would you think of buying from the current price if you're saying this is the only area that makes sense on this time frame for me to buy from? So some people are just impatient. So just grow some patience, and in the meantime, while you're still waiting on this one, you can be trading something else, because it's not only Nasdaq that you have on your thing. You can trade literally anything, you see. So just learn to be patient. And yeah, I think that's all that we're having on our Nasdaq this week. Should the structure change, I'll try and update, but for now, this is all that you can look out for. All right, I'm gonna end it like that, and then I'll see you guys in the next video. Like I said, I'll try and give you one video each and every day, so make sure that before you go to sleep every day, you come and check this side. You'll find a new upload, and I promise you that in like each video that I make, I will try and try and simplify the stuff for you. But it might not be like in deep depth, or you might not have a opportunity to just ask me questions and stuff like that, because that's what the guys in the mentorship they do. They know that when I'm teaching, they can always ask me questions. I can always try and simplify the stuff further for them, so that I know at the end they are able to spot these key areas on a chart, and be able to draw an accurate trend line, and know where to search for trades and what type of trades to search for. That's what I want for them, and that's what I'll be teaching them. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Sharp sharp.